Alright guys, Storm Sorcerer series had a request for a build guide, which I've never done before. So let's get into it. Right, we go Githyanki for medium armor proficiency, and that is very important because dual wielding is very important. We need the medium armor to get a respectable AC. And we get +1 AC from dual wielding. And you'll see with our gearing, we got a respectable AC, but we don't have shield proficiency, so we'd be very squishy without the beautiful medium armor that Lae'zel is wearing. So this is a build for Lae'zel or for a Githyanki or Tav or a Gold Dwarf. Right, starting cantrips. Shocking Grasp is your bread and butter. You're going to use that all game. It stops the enemy taking reaction, so you can shock and grasp them and then run away, and they can't attack you. And you've got advantage on metal enemies, which there's a lot of. I use Minor Illusion to group enemies up, and Blade Ward. So that's going to be important with Metamagic and Friends. Bread and butter spells, shield, magic missile, and I'll show you how magic missile works with the setup in a bit. Storm sorcery. Right. I think a lot of guides would say you go 16 dex and 14 constitution. But I do it the other way around because we're a medium armor wearer, so we can only get a +2 bonus to our AC from dexterity in medium armor, and the 16 constitution gives us more hit points and better saving throws on concentration. And because we're a sorcerer, we have proficiency in saving throws, and then 16 charisma. Go up to level 2. Twin spell and extend spell. So here, Disguise Self is really good with the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring if you're running this as a party face, because it's a 1d4 bonus to all checks. So we'll take that here. But Featherfall is a real convenience to have as well. And then at level 3, we'll take Quicken spell. We don't really have the sorcery points to do much with it earlier, and because I'm playing it as a nuker, Quickened is what I take. But yeah, so level 3, I take Invisibility because I'm running around solo. If you wanted a thematic damage spell, Witch Bolt. Personally, I don't like Witch Bolt. The damage isn't significantly more than Shocking Grasp. And yeah, you can upcast it, and with Destructive Wrath from Tempest, you can do some good stuff with it, but yeah. So Mirror Image is amazing if you're in a party as well, because high AC is a real source of damage for us, which I'll show you once we get into the itemization. Let's tab out now because I'm going to show you what the build would look like at level 3. So we'll put that there, put that there, put that there, put that there. So between level 3 and 4 you could have... Right, let me level up to level 4 a second. And we will take Invisibility here. And then we will take Ray of Frost as a ranged damage option. So by level 4, if you're rushing round for the items because you want to get the build online and you're doing the sort of fast start trick, depends on how experienced you are, you can have this set up at level 4. And that is Rain Dancer to create water, the spell sparkler to add lightning charges onto our magic missile, which are then doubled on wet targets. Or if you've got a party member who's creating water for you, you can have Falar. And then Lae'zel starts with a really good armor piece, so that's going to put us at 18 AC with the +1 from Dual Wielder. Gloves of Missile Snaring you get in the Grove. So level 3 items would be Rain Dancer, Spell Sparkler, starting Githyanki Halfplate, Gloves of Missile Snaring. You get the Whispering Promise off Volo in the Druid Grove. I run it on my character, but like I say, if you've got a support healer, you'd put that on them. And that's what the build would look like at level 3. And then level 4, we do a run round the Underdark. We get Falar, the Sparks Wall, and we get the Watersparkers from Minthara. And that is the itemization that you saw in the Flint fight. So the gameplay loop to execute it and get the results you saw me do. If you... Right, I haven't got a scroll of haste. Right. So you got a potion of speed. So I'll show you what the gameplay loop would look like on Shadowheart.
Something. It's just something. If I'm being honest, positive.
Like, I literally haven't
You
spoken
can
to
trust
her.
me on that.
Join me.
Alright.
Okay. So we get some HP on Shadowheart. We'll do a high HP class that's got like no decisions to make. So at level 4, which is what you saw in the Flint fight, we would do something like throw a potion of speed, and then go invis. I need to get a potion of invisibility.
An efficient path.
Yeah, I got lucky and got a scroll of haste for the Flint fight, but so you would go invis, you would sneak up, you would make them wet like that, and then you would run into the haste potion, and then you will unload magic missiles. And you can see it's stacked up the lightning charges, so you get 1 charge per attack, and then on the 5th one they explode for a 1d8, and she's wet. And one other thing I wanted to show you, which is a real quality of life thing, you can extend create water, which would apply it for 6 turns. Let me just show you. Yeah, so if I go to Shadowheart here. Right, Bladewood. Forgot to mention Bladewood. Extend spell Bladewood. gives you blade ward for 4 turns, which is a long time. And then we've got resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning. That is the resistance of a barbarian. That's what barbarian rage does. Rage gives you +2 damage and advantage on stealth checks. Strength checks, but we're not throwing anyone round or doing melee attacks. So with our 18 AC and the extended blade ward, we are tanky. We are definitely tanky enough to get in people's faces and be shocking grasping them. So we've wet them, and we do. Right. So water is on for 6 turns now because we used extend. So for 1 sorcery point, if you've got other party members doing cold damage, 6 turns of wet is the duration of any fight. So at level 4, we're going to be stacking lightning charges, creating water. We'll have +1/4 to saves and rolls from the Whispering Promise. We can mitigate ranged attacks. We've got solid AC. Yeah, and that was the setup that you saw beat Flind solo at level 4. So, on to level 5. So, we're getting down into the Underdark now. We do a quick run around the Underdark. We take haste. And then we get our Underdark items, which basically finish the build. They finish the gameplay loop. So I'm basically going to play it the exact same way for the remainder of the game, with obviously different items for harder fights depending on the circumstances. But basically you could put this in a party and it would be very, very solid for the entire game. So Falar Louv. Falar Louv adds 1d4 to every attack and it debuffs saving throws. So when we get them wet and we fire a magic missile, I don't think I need an actual enemy to put it on. Let me see if I can leave camp. Oh, I know what I can do. Sorry about my rubbish PC. Okay, so there's some gobbos. I know who we can fight. Right, so extend spell blade ward.
Then a low moan.
Should show you the gameplay loop now. So I haven't got I'll put that there. Right, so got 4 turns of blade ward. Hopefully I get attacked so I can show you. It's missed. They're just going to keep missing, aren't they? So I won't be able to show you the damage reduction. Right, so we've got our water sparklers on. Let's get them wet. We'll get some lightning charges now. So we got our Whispering Promise. Okay. Right, I've got a potion. I literally lose my own run here now. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. So there's our shield reaction. Right, so look, the water's doing damage, right, and we got 3 lightning charges now. And then we want to get Valar Louvre back in. And what we want to do is come out of the water and then go back in the water. So you can see our AC is, and this would be your AC at level 4. So we want to shriek. And then end turn. But yeah, you can see the damage from the water adding up. I'll put the Psychic Spark on now. Use our shield. Right. Gonna get the water electrified again. Okay. Right, we got no lightning charges. Okay. Literally just trying to... So we'll extend Blade Ward to tank us. Right, and then we will get them in Shriek range. We will cast a level 2 magic missile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and look at down the damage log. Thunder and lightning, thunder and lightning, thunder and lightning. And then level 6. Is when we get to the crash and we take lightning bolt, which is big AoE damage. So I position people with the invisibility potions and the minor illusion. So if you check out the Inquisitor with Wargaz fight on my channel, you can see what you can do with that spell. And then the 2 items that we get at the Rosimorn Monastery, the crash, is the Holy Lance Helm, which is 1 to 4 radiant damage on a missed attack, and the Gloves of Dexterity, which give us good initiative. So let me show you. I'll wake this guy up. Okay. So we'll haste ourselves. We're getting wet. Right, we've got electric charges. We get Valar Louvre going. And this is the gameplay loop. It's basically how you can execute every fight. So at this point, our Shocking Grasp has got an extra damage dice. So let's see what it can do with Shriek and lightning charges. I mean, Yeah, so that cantrip did 35 damage. Yeah, I mean, that's the build guide for how I play my Storm Sorcerer. I'll do the level 7 to 12 guides as I get into the content, because I'll have to do, refine some things, find out what works for me. But yeah, hope you enjoyed.